Folks, welcome to the podcast. My name's Dave from Dave Shields Fitness. At time of recording, we are just into 2024, and I believe we're on episode 10, I think. But I'm calling this like a second series. All right, so another series of podcasts with a slightly different format. So what I'm hoping to do with these up and coming podcasts is to answer a few of your questions around health and fitness, particularly losing weight. You know, coming into the new year, we've all had a big Christmas, and so you know, settle into the new year, get fit, get strong, you know, and lose some of those festive pounds, so to speak. So today I'm going to mention a model, a growth model, and funnily enough, it's called the Grow model, and it can be used for many different types of personal development, you know, especially around goal setting and things like that. But I'm going to use it in terms of health and fitness today, particularly, you know, weight loss, getting stronger, that kind of thing. And I'm going to talk through the model today, and over the coming weeks I'm going to give you some strategies and tactics of how you can implement the different things that I talk about in the model. So it's called the GROW model. You know, it's an acronym. So it stands for goals, reality, obstacles / opportunities, and way forward. Okay, so I'm going to tackle each of these individual bits as we go through the podcast. So start off with goals, right? So this is where we need to nail down two questions really: what and why. You know, so what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. And I think this is actually quite important, and this is important to the success of your whole reaching your goals. Again, we're thinking about weight loss. Now with goals we have two types. We have process driven goals and outcome driven goals. So an outcome-driven goal would be, I want to lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. That's an outcome-driven goal. The process goal would be, you know, I want to go to the gym 3 times a week, or I want to drink 2 litres of water every day. I want to eat, I want to go veggie on 3 days a week. You know, they're called process goals. So we're really going to be dealing with outcome-based goals to start with. Once we've drilled down on what our actual goal is, then we can start to look at process-based goals and how they fit in with the whole process. Now, with goals, we need to do the whole kind of, you know, the time constraints. You know, they need to be specific, you know, measurable, SMART goals. You know what I'm talking about. We all know that. Realistic. All that kind of stuff. But what my main thing is, you know, what you want to achieve. So you say you want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, let's lose 10 pounds. Now, why do you want to lose 10 pounds? Now, I want you to ask this question to yourself 3 times. So why? Because of ... You know, and then why again? But why? Because ... And then why again? So each time you're drilling down the layers and you're trying to really figure out what your pain is, what your pain point is, you know. Now it could be that you want to fit in a pair of jeans. Now that might be a better goal than having, you know, I want to lose 10 pounds. You know, I want to fit in a size 32 or 34 inch waist if you're a man, or, you know, a size 10 dress. You might have one in the cupboard that you want to get into it. And I say that may be a better goal because, you know, your body shape might change if you're changing the way you eat, and certainly changing the way you train, doing strength training. Your body shape, your body composition might change, but your weight might not change as much. Okay, you might lose a few pounds, but maybe not as much as you want to lose, but you'll start to change your body shape. So having something along the lines of, you know, I want to get into those jeans, you know, those nice 32 inch waist Levi's, you know, you want to get into those. So you set that goal, you ask why, you know, because, you know, I feel as though I look better in those. Well, why? What does that even mean? Well, you know, I feel more confident going out, you know, I feel better, I feel good about myself. You know, what's that going to enable you to achieve? You know, so you just keep asking why, and the more we can drill down, the more chance we've got of following through on our actual goals. Because, you know, don't get me wrong, the process of losing weight is actually quite hard. You know, it's a simple process, but it's not easy. It's hard. You're going to have to abstain from certain things. You're going to have to be hungry, maybe, heaven forbid, you know, you might have to be hungry. So if you've got this real reason that it's going to see you through, if not, then if you're only kind of half-assed with your goals, then I could do with losing a few pounds. I'm not really that bothered. The next time you're in a situation where, you know, you're going out drinking alcohol or going out for a meal, you're just going to throw caution to the wind, you know, and then that's going to derail your whole kind of process. So thinking about goals, thinking about what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve them. So that's the first thing. Write these things down, okay? The next part of the model is the R, which is reality. Now this is where you're starting from right now. Now again, I've got a couple of questions for you as far as your reality is concerned. First thing I want you to do is acceptance. Accept where you are at the moment, and also accept that you are where you are at the moment because of a direct result of your habits and routines over the past weeks, months, years. Okay. Now this could get quite emotive, so I want you to do this non-judgmentally. I don't want you to judge yourself, you know, beat yourself up over this. It is acceptance. You are here because of the things that you've done in the past. All right, and that's it. Draw a line under that. So, you know, what that means is, you know, that the habits and routines, they've got to change, basically. By doing this, you'll see that the way you are now is as a direct result of what you've done in the past. So if you keep doing those things, you keep going to still getting the same result. So something's got to change. So we've got acceptance. Don't judge yourself where you are now. Where you're starting from in terms, you know, we could look at this in terms of what your weight is now. We know what your, you know, sizes are now. You know what waist size you are, what dress size you are. Measure your waist, your legs, measure whatever you want to measure. And this is your starting point. And I think it's quite important to know this is where you are. Some people prefer to take a picture. You know, you could strip down to your pants and take a picture of what you look like. That's a really brutally honest way of doing things, and just accept that. All right, don't look at it and go, oh, I don't like it. Just accept it. That's where you are at the moment, and that is your reality. Okay. So the next thing is obstacles slash opportunities. So I've fitted in 2 for the price of 1 there, 2 O's if you like. Now your obstacles in terms of, you know, losing weight or you know, getting fitter, healthier, are going to be things that you flag up that are going to derail you, potentially derail this whole process. Okay, so it could be your environment that you're in, your workplace, your home life. It could be that, you know, you're always buying snacks for the kids, you know, for the kids' lunches or whatever. I know this because we do in our house. And you find yourself going to the snack cupboard on an evening, you know, that could be a potential obstacle. You might have a weekend away coming up with your other half or with your family. That could be a potential obstacle. You might have parties coming up, birthdays or gatherings in general, you know, christenings, all these kind of things that, you know, there could be a potential obstacle. Then if you write them down, if you note them down, then you can do something about them. You can try and mitigate circumstances. You know, like we'll talk about strategies in a bit, but if you're going away for a weekend or you've got a meal out or something, there's things that you can do in the preceding week in terms of, you know, managing your calories to help you better manage the weekend, so you can eat what you like at the weekend and not feel as though you're derailing yourself or the whole process. So there is certain strategies that you can come up with, but if you know and try and flag up the obstacles, then you're going to have a better chance of overcoming them. Now the other O is opportunities. So what opportunities have you got? Maybe you've found some opportunities that that have flagged up, been flagged up by your obstacles. So if an opportunity to find some support networks, get people on board with you, you know, get your family on board with you. Healthy snacks for the kids. Just say to the kids, you know, we're not going to be buying in snacks. You know, you can take healthy snacks to school, and you know, that way everyone's a winner. So getting help from different quarters, you know, getting friends on board. Friends can be an awkward one. Some friends are maybe not fully vested in you wanting to lose weight. They maybe see shortcomings in their own lives. So it depends on the type of friend, but some that can be mean. What you've got to do this for yourself. Okay, so you will know whether people are going to support you or not. So look out for your support networks. There are Facebook groups. Be careful of that one. There are some toxic Facebook groups, you know, but there's also some lovely communities out there that could help you. Think you're more real world. You could join a club. A local club. You could go to a like a boot camp type thing. You know, in my area we've got quite a few boot camps that go on in the evenings, and you could join one of those and get support through there. Joining the gym, you know, I'm not a big proponent of joining the gym. I think sometimes people think just because they've joined a gym they're automatically going to lose weight, and all they end up doing is losing money every month. But if that means that you're going to have access to lots of different classes, and you know you're going to an environment where everyone's doing the same sort of thing, then that might be your thing. So you know, maybe something to consider, joining a gym or checking out Dave Shiels Fitness, getting help through me. Why not? Okay, so obstacles, opportunities. Finally, we're talking about a way forward. Now, the way forward is where you go from here. Now, this is where all your tactics and strategies come in. Now, this is probably too big a one to actually discuss in its entirety just in this episode. So I'm going to kind of break this up into a few different episodes over the coming weeks. All right, but the way forward is something that you can do to move the needle, you know, to get things started. So this is going to really centre around your dietary habits. It's going to centre around working out, you know, strength training programs. It's going to be about sleep, you know, getting the right amount of sleep and hydration, you know, all the good things. That's your tactics and strategies. Now, what I like to do, I don't like to go hell for leather on this. I don't like to go all in. So, like as an example, I've spent like Christmas. I've eaten my fair share of Christmas cake, mince pies, wine, beer, gin. I've indulged, you know, over the Christmas time, and I've come through to January, and I never like say on the first, right, that's it now, everything out, 1st of January, everything's gone, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I generally like to just have a phased return back to my fitness. So, you know, I start things off nice and gradual. So I start to clean my diet up, and you know, one of the first things I do is I stop eating the Doritos, watching telly on the night time. They go out the window. You know, I start drinking more water. I get up in the morning and do a little bit of breathing work first thing in the morning, drink my pint of water, do a bit of stretching, but nothing, you know, nothing like major type thing. So I get back into it, and I look to really to start my fitness around about first week of February, once I've kind of gradually got myself back into it. Because what I don't want to do is go all in, you know, be starving hungry, And you know, my body's been used to getting, you know, nearly 3,000 calories every day, and I can't all of a sudden slash that in half to 1,500. It just won't last. So I'm just going to phase it in. So I suggest you do the same. You know, just phase it in, nice and gradual. Think about your diet. You know, think about your mindset. Think about how you're going to move. Think about some things that you want to write down to start with. Walking more is a great place to start in terms of moving. You know, whatever your step count is at the moment. Now, we all have phones. If you've not got a tracker, you should have a phone. Or if you're watching this, you've probably got a phone. Look at your step count and your average over the last month. If it's 2,000, add a couple of thousand steps to it for every day. So try and get 4,000 steps a day. If it's 4,000, try and get 6,000. Yeah, just try and up your step count. Now, in reality, what that means is if you get home on an evening after work, and it's 6 o'clock and you're down to like 3,000 steps, you've got 3,000 steps, you've been sat at your desk all day, go for a walk around the block, you know, add another 1,000 steps or 2,000 steps. Yeah, that's roughly what, 1-2 kilometres. Take you about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. So go for a half an hour walk on an evening, that's going to get your step count up. Now if you've got a dog, that's a win-win, isn't it? You just take the dog for a walk and you get your step count up. But that's something you can do as a way forward to start moving that needle. Stop eating the snacks, one that I've just mentioned for myself on the evening. Make the evening meal your last time that you eat in the day, all right? So you have an evening meal, have a yogurt or something if you want something sweet, and say, right, that's me done, all right? And if you want a drink before, some green tea before bed, or a fruit tea, something like that, then that's a bonus. Trying to get 8 hours sleep, really hard, certainly in my household. But yeah, so there's some strategies and tactics, but that's your way forward. So for now, I'm going to talk about, next week I'm going to talk about strength training and how important that is and how you can move that forward and how you can use that to your advantage, certainly with weight loss is concerned. So that's going to be next week. But for now, if you pick something from your diet maybe that you're going to do differently, then like just this morning, my barber was like, "Oh, you're doing dry January." He doesn't talk like that. I don't know why I said it. Are you doing dry January this month? You know, he doesn't talk like that. But I don't know why I said it like that. And I was like, well, I'm not really, because I'm not really. I don't like, I'm not an all or nothing, like I just said. So, you know, my wife's birthday's at the beginning of the month, so that dry January's gone already, and I'll have a drink if I want one, but I haven't since then. I haven't. But again, it's everything in moderation at the end of the day. That's what I love. So so yeah, so the way forward, that's the W, that's the GROW model. That is it in its entirety. Okay, I hope this has helped as a framework for you to start writing some things down and really getting to grips with your health and your fitness. And I really hope that you know, you can use this to really get going, you know, especially with weight loss at this time of year, or slimming down, toning up, whatever you want to do. Please have a look at Dave Shiels Fitness YouTube channel and Facebook page. Got plenty of stuff on there. I'm going to be doing a lot around kettlebells. If you've got a new kettlebell for Christmas, then have a look out for that. I'm going to put some great workouts up on there. And yeah, thanks for listening or watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is a kind of a new format. I'm filming this as well, so you can actually watch this on YouTube. You can actually see me in person. So if that's what you would prefer to do. So thanks anyway for tuning in wherever you are. And I shall speak to you next week, guys. Okay, bye for now.